color me surprised. As I'm looking at the disc for the Stylist, lo and behold, it's an Arrow Films release. I mean, looky right there. That's Arrow, which is pretty cool. I was not expecting that. This is an interesting one. Obsession gets a makeover in The Stylist, a deliciously twisted slice of life female psychological horror, nominated for the New Visions Award for Best Motion Picture at the 2020 Sitges International Film Festival, and based on co-writer-director Jill Gavargazian's award-winning short film of the same name. We all dream of being someone else, but for Claire, Najara Townsend contracted, the dream goes from an obsession to a living nightmare. Hairstylist by day, serial kriller, and collector of scalps by night. Claire's lonely existence is thrown into turmoil when her regular client Olivia Bree Grant, after midnight lucky, asks her to style her hair on her wedding day. Increasingly fixated on Olivia's seemingly flawless life, Claire vows revenge. Blah 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 blah. So I do not have it. So it's pretty much only discover that repressing your deadly desires is easier said than done. Featuring striking visuals, this is a freaking good movie. Weird, but visually striking and great. So pretty much it's the unique take on the serial kriller. Usually you get the males and everything, but to see here, they kind of shy, awkward hairstylist you would not expect, but lo and behold, this movie is a slow burn. I mean, it's the definition of a slow burn now in an hour 45 minutes. We get, she seems like she's ordinary and everything, but there's a very unusual side to her, persona, if you will. I mean, in the first 5 minutes, we get a krilling just like that. All the meanwhile, the movie just works so slowly and zoomed in, with just all this lighting. What I noticed was it was a bunch of mood lighting. A lot of hues of like blues and reds and stuff like that, as if to present and say, hey, there's something unusual going on with this woman. So, for roughly the first 30 minutes, she's getting to know her client and everything else. And it was like, hey, yeah, come on out to this kind of bachelorette party. They all go there, they have some drinks, they'll consume alcohol. And while the girl is there, she's shy and everything else. But then, lo and behold, she's in the bathroom. She starts hearing, hey, what do you think about the Stylist? I don't know, she just creeps me out. She looked at me too much. Well, lo and behold, she was like, that's revenge to get revenge. That's a motive for revenge later. And yeah, I mean, eventually that happens, and, there's a wedding that Olivia's having. And because our heroine is obsessed, she has the hair and the wigs and everything, and it's just macabre, but very interesting to see. Ultimately, goes to the wedding, and you can infer what happens there, and I'm just like, wow. Oh, yeah, this movie is is a slow burn in the right way. It leaves you feeling uncomfortable with the claustrophobia, with the waves and everything else, and I mean, she does a freaking great job. Just taking care of people. One that probably the scene that surprised me the most is she eliminates a person, I think a goth girl or whatever, and lo and behold, she's watching cartoons as there's the cadaver that's been like right there on the floor, and all the while it's not disturbing her in the slightest. Ooh, that was creepy to see. And then she makes her way up into Olivia's room or whatever and tries on the dress, slowly becoming obsessed. And as I'm just watching this, I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, with all that being said, I mean, this was based on a 21-minute short film by the director, but all the cast and crew return to stretch it out, and I'll admit it does go on maybe 5 minutes too long in my opinion, but don't let my slight wishing it was shorter detract you from enjoying this movie. I do highly recommend you watch The Stylist.